Hola, clase dos. Firstly, again, an incredible week of learning last week. The conversations that we had that I saw you having with family members on Seesaw as well were absolutely brilliant. Today, we're going to carry on with all about introducing yourself. We're going to add another element to it in a moment. I've left the vocabulary on from last week, which we may or may not need dependent on how your conversations go a little bit later. But just to go over the key words from last week, or the key phrases from last week, let's do a little bit of my turn, your turn. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Muy bien, what's your name? Me llamo. Me llamo. My name is. Señor. Señor. Mr. Señora. Señora. Mrs. Señorita. Señorita is Miss. And finally, y tú. Y tú. And you. Muy bien. Okay, so carrying on with introducing ourselves, we're going to have a look now at a Spanish finger rhyme, which you might actually recognise because it's really similar to one that you may know in English. You will need to come back to this towards the end of the lesson, so remember where exactly it is in the video so that you can find it a lot easier. So, I'm going to show you it first, and I want you to see if you can recognise which one it's similar to. And it's called Dos Pájaros Pequeños. Two small birds. Okay, escuchad, listen. Dos pájaros pequeños sentados en un rama. Me llamo Carlos, me llamo Ana. Hola Carlos, hola Ana. Adiós Carlos, adiós Ana. Did you recognize it? Muy bien, es el mismo. It's the same as Two Little Dicky Birds, which you may know in English. So if we go through the translation, it's slightly different. Two small birds sitting on a branch. I'm called Carlos. I am called Anna. Hello, Carlos. Hello, Anna. Adios, Carlos. Goodbye, Carlos. Goodbye, Anna. Okay, so now you know it, I want you to join in with me this time. As I say, there'll be plenty more time to practice towards the end of the session. And equally, you'll be able to present it in your own creative way. Okay, ¿estamos listos? Are we ready? Dos pájaros pequeños sentados en una rama. Me llamo Carlos, me llamo Ana. Hola Carlos, hola Ana. Adiós Carlos, adiós Ana. Muy bien. Bueno, so as I mentioned last week, we're going to add more to our kind of structure of introducing ourselves so that by the time we come back next week, we'll be able to have a full-on conversation. So the phone call will be back next week. I'm sure you're excited about that. Today in Spanish, these are the things that we're going to need to know. So there's some key phrases and there's some learning that I know that you've done with Miss Mitchell before that we'll need to go over as well. So today, for introducing yourself, you need to know los números. Los números. And it says between 0 and 10, or 0 a 10. So what I want you to do now is I would like you to count along with me. We're going to stop when we get to 10. Okay, start at 0, at 0. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Muy bien. If you need to rewind that part, that's absolutely fine. The next question that we need to know, ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Cuántos años tienes? Muy bien. And that means how old are you? Or in Spanish, it literally means how many years do you have? But obviously the question that we ask in English is how old are you? And the answer to that question, tengo años. Tengo años. Which means I am years old. and obviously the pause is where you would add in your age. So for example, tengo 6 años would mean I am 6 years old. Bueno, okay, so we should be quite familiar with how this will work because it's similar to what we've done before. I'm going to ask you the question, ¿Cuántos años tienes? And you're going to respond as though you are the animal in the picture. So for example, for this picture, the bear is saying, Tengo años, and you'll see how many years old the bear is in the light blue square just at the bottom of the picture. Obviously, you've got to work out what or how old he is using numbers in Spanish. Okay, let's have a go. ¿Cuántos años tienes? Muy bien. Tengo 2 años. Excelente. ¿Cuántos años tienes? Sí, tengo 10 años. El gato, the cat. ¿Cuántos años tienes? Sí, tengo 3 años. Sí, verdad, es correcto. ¿Cuántos años tienes? Sí, tengo 7 años. Muy bien. Y finalmente, el perro, the dog. ¿Cuántos años tienes? Sí, tengo 5 años. Fantástico, muy bien, clase 2. Muy bien, so now that we've added how old are you into our kind of conversation to introduce ourselves, we are going to learn a new song. Now I know how much Year 2 are enjoying the Spanish songs at the moment, so I look forward to seeing some of the singing of the songs on Seesaw. Now, as we've done before, we're going to go over the translation, and hopefully, bearing in mind the learning that we've done over the past couple of weeks, you'll be able to translate it really easily. So the song is called ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cuántos años tienes? Which means in English, muy bien, what is your name? How old are you? So the song starts off and it says ¿Cómo te llamas? Which obviously means what is your name? Me llamo Paco means excelente, my name is Paco. ¿Cuántos años tienes? How old are you? Tengo 7 años. I am 7 years old. El mismo, the same as most of you. And then it goes, ¿Cómo te llamas again? Which is obviously what is your name. Me llamo Ana. Muy bien, my name is Ana. ¿Cuántos años tienes? How old are you? Tengo 8 años. I am 8 years old. Muy bien. Now, on the next page, when I obviously go off the screen, the song will start playing. Again, it may take a little while to play, but it will all be on there. So if you need to fast forward it a little bit as well.
Tengo 7 años, ¿cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Ana.
¿Cuántos años tienes?
Tengo 8 años. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Paco.
¿Cuántos años tienes?
Tengo 7 años, ¿cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Ana.
¿Cuántos años tienes?
Tengo 8 años.
Brilliant singing, absolutely fantastic. Now, your challenge for today's lesson, and you're going to use what we've already done throughout the session for it, is that I would like you to upload a photo or a video of you either saying the finger rhyme from earlier in the session, right at the start, or singing the song that we've just done there. Now, you can be as creative as you want with these. So, for example, for the finger rhyme, if you decide that you're going to upload that, you might want to create some finger puppets to show Los Pájaros, the 2 birds. It might be that you decide, if you're going to sing the song, you decide on your own actions that you're going to have, or you might have some sort of way of telling the song or showing what the song actually means in English. So I look forward to seeing that uploaded onto Seesaw. Next week, we're going to kind of round up absolutely everything that we know based on the conversations and introducing ourselves that we've done over the last few weeks. So we're going to be having a mammoth conversation with each other, which obviously I'm really looking forward to seeing there. Okay, I hope that you've enjoyed that session. Take care, everybody. Adios.